Ball Street meets. This is a good one, and I'm going to try and do it in your accent. Okay, Hector Bellerin. Is that correct?
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Bellerin.
No, should have done it again. Should have left it there.
Not bad. It's good.
Thank you, mate, for chatting.
You're welcome. Pleasure.
So at the Call of Duty launch, and took on Dele Alli and didn't work out, did it?
No, but you know, we had great fun. You know, and the game at the beginning was a bit tight, but then they just like ran over us. But I think he had a few YouTubers that helped him.
Yeah, it was
a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
His bit part was it?
Yeah.
You guys seem to get on pretty well there. Is there any kind of when you meet, like you've been in North London for a while now, so you know full well what that North London derby rivalry is with the fans. But you must bump into Spurs players all the time. Yeah. What's it like?
We're civil.
Yeah.
We're civil. You know, we know what it means when we're on the pitch, and on the pitch everything changes. You know, but. Of course, I mean, I'm a nice guy. Come on, I'm not gonna go and punch him in the face, you know, right? No, we're civil. I mean, come on, we're footballers. We respect each other. Doesn't matter what team we are. But then when we're on the pitch, everything changes. You know, you want to win it, and you do anything to win it. So, and especially against Spurs. And
the intensity of the fans is in that North London derby is incredible. Is that something? Do you enjoy that added bit of spice to it, or is it something that the pressure makes it something that you not dread, but you kind of like you better not lose that game?
No, I mean I think it's something good. I mean, as a footballer, that's the games you want to play. You know, the games that really mean a lot, not just for for the league, but also for the fans. And you know, I mean, it all builds through the week. You can feel it when you play in Tottenham. You know, it's not that you play in any other team. And I mean, it's just great to see how much it means for people, especially when you come to a new country and you don't live it since you're a kid, but then you come here and you see like how people treat this game like it's something so different. And even like last year to just finish above them in at the end of the season, that was something great for the fans and of course great for us.
And I had a bad accent there, which we've touched upon. Your London accent is brilliant. It is awesome.
I practice
Who gets credit for that? Where did that come from?
Well, I don't know. I think
because I reckon most people will go Hector Bellerin, amazing footballer firstly. He's Spanish, okay. And then we chat with you, and it's like
it's not really that Spanish, is he?
It's not that Spanish. You lost it a little bit.
Nah, I mean,
are you okay with that?
Yeah, I think I always try to adapt as best as I can. So when I first came to London, actually my English was really really bad, but I think I'm just good with languages, and I had good people. I used to speak a lot with everyone at the training ground and all the players I used to play with, and I think that's just thanks to them, because they didn't leave me on the side. They wanted to speak to me as well, even though I couldn't speak much. But yeah, I just tried to adapt.
I'd love to talk about that. Firstly, that first training session when you go to La Masia and some of your heroes are there in the pitch across. What was that like? And who was the first sort of hero that you kind of got chatting to or spoke to you?
Well, the thing is, before playing for the actual Barca academy, I was playing for this thing called the Barcelona Kids School. So it's like 200 kids playing against each other every weekend. And then one weekend, someone from the academy was like, we want you to play for the real academy. So I was like, well, of course, I was really, really excited. And so since I was really young, 6-7 years old, it was all Barca, So the first training session for me, of course, it was like, I'm always going to remember it, but it wasn't like coming from somewhere that you don't ever think that you can get there. I was pretty close to Barca before playing for them, So
who was the first team you kind of came into contact with?
I think it was Puyol. I mean, he's one of the greatest examples that they show you at La Masia, someone that doesn't care about anything but respect and football and playing the games, when other players used to score and they used to dance and they used to tell them, nah, come on, run to the pitch and stuff like that. He was a great captain for Barcelona, and for me it was a great example. And always the first player that you see is always that one probably that sticks in your mind.
And then I guess moving forward a little bit, you've got one hell of a decision to make there when you're 16. One that has worked out very well for Arsenal fans, because you are like, and now just to establish yourself at Arsenal already is incredible. But to make that call at that age, what was going through your mind, and why did you do it?
Well, I mean, I had been playing for Barcelona for 8 years already, and it was a long time, and Of course, I was loving the football, but it got to a point where I didn't feel that they were valuing me the same way as other players were, which I feel that I should have, you know. And there was certain people at the academy at the moment that didn't feel that way. And then you know, I got that call from Arsenal, and then you know, it could be a great experience. So I came to London for a weekend, showed me the training ground, spoke to the boss. I watched Arsenal beat Man U 2-0 at the Emirates. So it was a great experience. And I was on the plane back, and I had something in my head that I was saying, like, I have to come here. Do you know? And I was on the plane, and I had my agent, I had my parents, and I was like, oh, I'm coming here. My mum was like, really? Like, do you really want to go? Don't you want to stay? Of course, for my mum, like for her 16-year-old son to go to London and, you know, leave everything for her, it was really hard. But, you know, there was something inside me telling me that I have to make that step, and, you know, it's worked out really well.
And when you make that step, what's the overriding feeling that you had? Was it sadness to leave Barcelona, or just that drive and ambition to go and be somebody?
It might sound bad, but I just couldn't wait to come.
Yeah?
Couldn't wait. I literally had like only 1 week break on that summer, because in Barcelona we finished the season really, really late, and in here we started really early. So, but I didn't even want to go on holidays or anything. I just wanted to get going, wanted to start, you know. And then once you're here, I was here for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, oh, I miss it a little bit, you know, my parents, my friends, and everything. And actually, the sun wasn't coming out in the middle of July, and I was thinking like, where am I? You know, so it was a bit hard, yeah. But nah, I knew I came here to play football, you know, so I knew that I had to forget about everything else. So even though it was hard, I had my parents coming to London quite a lot, which the club helped them a lot in that sense, me and them. So, mate, I was just really, really, really happy since the first moment I was in London.
So moving forward again, there's that moment when you're 18, you go to Watford, and there's Arsenal produced so many different players, but a lot have had to leave Arsenal to make a career. When that decision was made, was there a little bit of worry that this is the start of having to leave Arsenal, or did you see it as an opportunity?
Not at all. I feel that at that point, the reserve level to the Premiership level, there's a massive gap. You know, so you have to fill it somewhere. There's players that, like Alex Iwobi, that got the chance to just make it straight away, you know. Yeah. But if you don't, it was a good chance for me. And of course, it's only like over the fence. Sure. And we had, there was Gianfranco Zola as a coach. So, you know, when I got the call from him telling me that he wanted me to play for his team, I was really, really excited, you know. And I remember signing on a Friday, and he's saying, get the tracksuit because you're traveling tomorrow. So, you know, for an 18-year-old I knew how good the level was in Championship already, you know, which is crazy compared to other countries. And, you know, for him to want me to play that early, he told me, listen, Hector, I've watched so many games of you, I know you can do it, so don't you worry, you know. That confidence he gave me, I felt like really, really happy for it. And the first few games, like first 8 games that I played under him, I played them all, and then he left, so I was a bit gutted for that. But I learned from the situation of not playing as well, you know. We changed the coach doesn't see you as a starter, he wants you to have you on the bench, so you've got to learn from that as well. Last
year, incredible season for you in the PFA Team of the Year, which you probably couldn't have expected, but overall, was it a disappointment? And then secondly, is there anything that feels different this year?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to start with last season, I think overall it was a disappointment not to win the league, because I think it was ours for the taking. But the way
it's so difficult for you to take, because you're now the starting right back, and you've got to be buzzing a little bit personally.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, ultimately it was a disappointment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and I mean, on a personal level, I was really happy, you know, because I think that is the first season you play almost every game. You gain a lot of confidence, a lot of experience, and of course, with at 20, 21 years old, that's something that is really, really important, you know. But then, of course, at the end of the day, you play for the team, and you want the team to do well. And when you don't do well, you're not happy enough, you know. But I think at the end, things didn't end up that bad, you know. We finished second, and you know, that gives you the confidence to start a new season, you know, and to start it on a high. And there's so many things that feel different, you know. I think we've learned a lot from situations that happened last year. The team is believing so much in what we can do, and I think it's shown in the run of form that we've been getting, you know. Even like coming from losing a game at half-time to like winning it at the end, or like that 0-0 draw against Burnley and we end up winning the last minute. That kind of hunger, that kind of character that we've been showing, I think is great, and we just need to keep it going.
Yeah, and part of that incredible year, of course, comes back full circle, I guess, back to, leaving Spain and then playing for Spain.
Yeah.
May 29th, you get your debut, and then you come into the Euro 2016 squad as well, which I'm guessing you didn't expect that. What's that first training session back there like when you've left and there's people like Iniesta in front of you and you get to pass the ball to him? What was that like?
Mate, it's an unbelievable experience because they're just the players that you've been looking up to as a kid, and even I remember being at my grandma's house when I was only like 4 or 5 and I was watching Casillas playing for Spain and stuff like this, and then my grandma told me on the phone like, do you know you're going to share a dressing room with him? And I was like, yeah, grandma, I know, and it's great because my whole family, they all love football and they all love Spain, so
is Iniesta, is he a guy you go that way? Do you go that way? Do you really try and gangster it up? And
at the beginning, you're a bit like you don't really know what to do, No, but he's a great guy. To be fair, they showed me a lot of love when I first got there. All of them, like, I can consider them my friends. So I was just happy. I didn't get the chance to play in the Euros, but just to be involved in and around. So I was just. Is
really it difficult coming into that Spanish setup after everything that's happened? After all the trophies, is that difficult, or does it feel different, or do you not know?
I mean, it's difficult because it's like an era of like transition. They've been like the best team in the world for such a long time, and now there've been lots of players that've been coming and going, or some of them are getting old and stuff like this. They've changed the coach, so obviously it's difficult. But I think even that's happening, I think the team is performing at a great level. It wasn't our game, like our trophy to win in the Euros. I didn't think the team was ready to win it. We had very good players, but it wasn't for us to happen. But I think now with the new coach and new players coming in and the team in the qualifications are doing really, really well. So I'm just happy that whoever he plays, whoever he calls up, there's always great players and doing great things.
And final thing I've got to ask you is, even Gazidis and Arsene Wenger have both come out and said that they see you as a future captain of Arsenal. Mm-hmm. We've spoken about your past. Looking into the future, you're obviously fearless in the decisions that you made in your career so far. Do you see yourself as a captain and a captain of Arsenal?
Of course, yeah, that's something that I'll be really, really grateful and it'd be my pleasure to be the captain of Arsenal. I love the club. I've been here for such a long time now, and I think it's important for the club to have young leaders as well, not just the people that the big fishes that have been around for a long time or that they've played lots of games. I think it's at the end of the day, it's out of your character, and I'm happy to feel like one of them. I don't feel like the young kid anymore, even though I'm only 21. I think I've played enough games and I've got enough experience to just be one of them as well, so I'm really happy that the boss and Ivan think like that of me.
Well, I've got to say, mate, absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
To chat with you, man.
Too,
I wish you all the best.
Thanks.
I don't think you'd need it. I think you'd be all right.
You've
even got a firm handshake as well. So, that was Bull Street Meets with Hector Bellerin.
Yeah, that's not bad.
We'll take it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Let us know what you think about Hector, and do you see him as the next captain of Arsenal or maybe of Spain as well?
I'm bad.
See that? Yeah, Spain as well.
Yeah,
go on, tell you. Let us know in the comments below. Most importantly, though, go and subscribe to Bull Street.